It's a video response to Cutlery Lover in his recent uh, entrance into the gun training profession. Oh, that's badass, dude. I say this is to you, but I'm not really concerned if you actually see it or not. I know you're busy. You got a lot of you get a lot of stuff in your inbox, so either way, it doesn't really matter. This video is probably every bit as much for the people that watch me and the rest of our little gun clique on this internet. For those who missed it, recently Jeff has put up a series of gun training things about the types of targets you should use and people's aversions to having guns pointed at them on camera and stuff. There are some people that do take the safety Sally thing too far. However, it does one thing that comes right off the top of the head, just taking the safety Sally perspective of it. Some of the primary rules of gun handling is do not point the weapon at anything you do not intend to destroy. Now, obviously, there's not an intent to destroy the camera or anything like that, but every single negligent discharge, or most every, I can think of one where the person knew the gun was loaded, but most every other negligent discharge always starts with the same thing. I didn't know the gun was loaded, and some of the most skilled firearms weaponeers have negligent discharges. Now, so that's kind of that thing, and there are many people who have very much in their training, like when a firearm's pointed at them, their number one thing is to get out of the way, and it gives, for me anyway, it gives me a weird sensation to see the barrel of a gun when it's in someone's hand. I can't explain it. If it's not in someone's hand, I can look at a barrel of a gun, but the particular profile gives me a weird aversion. It makes me feel like moving out of the way. Because contrary to belief, the number one rule of a gunfight isn't to bring a gun. It's to not get shot. That's the best way to come out on top. You know what I'm saying? And you don't. Your odds of not getting shot are very much increased if you can avoid the business end of the pipe. Now, further, you were talking about shooting profiles instead of targets. It's a funny old thing. Some of us in our shooting and scoring and things like that have gotten to the point where, myself not included in that, but when you get to the point where every single bullet on the silhouette goes into the 10 ring, and we're actually checking for minutes of angle on our rifles and things like that, those people are a little bit beyond the silhouette, and they've moved on to a grid. Where we're looking at things in a quarter of an inch and a half of an inch. Now, I do understand that doesn't necessarily hold sway for a pistol, because your hand's shaking quite a bit, and the bullets are pretty much going everywhere. But now to take a picture and put up a picture of somebody, even yourself, holding a firearm, you need to be aware that many rifle ranges do not allow pictures of individuals to be put up to be shot at. You get dudes shooting pictures of their ex-wives and things like that. And I know it isn't fair, but it is an indication of a type of psychosis. What would you think if you saw a person standing there with a picture of his ex-girlfriend and he was stabbing it with his knife? You know what I'm saying? That is the perception of people who shoot pictures at a rifle range. I myself have gotten in trouble for it at my range. I brought down a picture of Saddam Hussein, and it was the one where he's sitting at his desk. He's got that big old shit-eating grin on his face, and I set it up. I'm setting up my little camera. I'm going to make a nice little YouTube video, and the RSO comes over. And he says, "Hey, you can't do that." I'm like, "It's Saddam Hussein." He's like, "You can't shoot pictures. Bin Laden's okay. Zombies okay. Generic silhouettes are okay, targets are okay, but nothing else. And then I got to looking at it, and from let's see, that was at 25 yards. At about 25 yards away, when I kind of looked at this picture, it just looked like I might have been shooting a picture of the boss. You know what I mean? So just some things to consider, and always, in my opinion, before you need to go saying, well, this is bad and this other thing is good, you need to ask yourself first, perhaps, well, why is it this way? You know, before you need to change it and before you need to criticize, you know, maybe ask why. Just my thoughts, man, just my opinion, and all right. Well, take care.